All right, part 2. We got a legend in the building, so we need to break this joint up in parts. Got too much to talk about.
You gotta give it to you in pieces. You dig? Some of y'all need to be slow fed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, spoon fed. Where do we leave off, gentlemen?
We was talking about how you put the work together, like when you go into, you know, making a mixtape mode. How do you get into that?
Right.
How do I get into mixtape mode?
Yeah.
It just.
Phone playing?
Oh shit! Is that my phone? I'm like, yo, I thought I was playing that shit in the background. Listening to shit. I'm like, okay, let me play what
Background music.
Okay, it's my theme shit.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, usually it's just like I said before, it comes just off a vibe. You know what I mean? Every now and then I hear a beat, I'll flex to it, but when I have maybe like 3-4 songs in there and I start listening to them together, I might be like, okay, this sounds like this might be a trap tape or something like that. You know what I mean? And then from there, I usually just start going in that direction.
So you lay down a few tracks and be like, oh, this might be something. Let me expand upon that.
Yep. As soon as I have like maybe 6 or 7, like maybe it's a vibe or not. A lot of times it is, a lot of times it isn't. You know, because sometimes I just make them just off the vibe I'm having that day. You know what I mean?
So what else? Can you tell the people what else you do? Because you're not just a rapper, not nothing wrong with that, but.
Well, I also engineer all of my own stuff like that. So I'm an audio engineer as well. I do my own videos. I edit those. I go out with the tripod, whether I'm by myself or maybe I have a couple of friends with me to give it some motion. But that's why most of the times in the videos they still, because I have an eye, and when I see something, I like to get right to it. I don't like to waste any time. A lot. I used to be a television show host of a show called Ear to the Streets for many years. And I've interviewed plenty local celebrities, actual celebrities, you know, many names. I have some of the footage up online, maybe me interviewing Sticky Fingers, Cameron, Styles P, AZ, Core Megas, De La Souls, you know. Let's just say the list goes on. And when it comes to Boston rappers, of course I've had plenty of them on my show. And in the year 2009, matter of fact, won 2 awards.
I was going to ask you about that too, with some of the awards that you won.
Yeah. New England Urban Music Awards 2009. We won 2 awards in one night. First award that was presented to us was for Ear to the Street, Best Promotion Company of the year. And the second one came to a shock because, like, you know, after we won one, you know, our heads is in the clouds. We celebrated. Then they had a nomination for Best Rap Meal of the year. And I won on top of that night too. So that was a big achievement of mine. You know, I had my parents in the audience, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts and stuff. They were able to see that. So
How was that winning that award? How did you for one, what did they just call you like, yo, we're having this ceremony come down?
There was actually New England Urban Music Awards was going on in Boston, and what was happening was people were just getting nominated. So this wasn't really something I knew about. Somebody had hit me with a post, and it said, these people have been nominated for this ceremony.
You found out.
So I was like, what? They're like, yo, Wally, your name's in there. I said, what? Word? So for the rapper, it was like for Best Rapper, I was in that category. I was nominated for that. I was nominated for Best Single, and we was nominated for a TV show.
And how was that being a kid from Mass, having Best Rapper in Mass? How was that?
It was excellent, man. You know, there wasn't really any other feeling I could say I felt like that. You know, coming up.
Did you stunt on niggas with it?
I was feeling it. You know, I was with my crew and all that. You know, at the time I had my team with me, Wally's Ave, Dub A, you know, so I had everybody with me. And it was a proud moment, you know. I stayed humble, you know what I mean? Of course, just fell back, did my thing. I said, yo, these are talking for me. Mm-hmm. And it was a good one.
Like nominated by your peers, like was it a board or other rappers?
It was the peers. Just I didn't even know what was going on, but apparently whatever the committee was, commission, the names were thrown around. You know.
And what is like your favorite point, like far as like music? Is it you in the studio, you performing? Like what is your sweet spot in it, like that you enjoy? You know what I mean?
My thing is being in the studio on the solo tip, just vibing with it. The whole vibe from when I put on whatever it may have be, YouTube or something, looking for beats or something like that. As soon as I get in the vibe, that's my favorite, because I start getting goofy, doing whatever, dancing around, coming up with the melodies, and then I hit the record it from there. There's nothing like that feeling right when it hits you. You know, and I love that, and the whole process, and I love to edit my tracks.
And how was like performing?
I enjoyed that when I was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now as of like, you know, I recently retired from kind of like the scene of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of was into it before, and I did that, but when I was performing, I loved it. You know, I felt the energy. You know what I'm saying? So it was always a good one when I hit that stage, and whether I had nerves or nervousness before, whatever, when I came out, I could literally feel it, like the chills and I was being received well.
Right.
So that was enjoyable to me. So as much as I performed, it was like the audience performed through me. Okay. So.
And is that crazy, like you said, that feeling of you knowing niggas fuck with your music? What type of rush is that? You know what I'm saying? When you getting that response, you want
it's dope. It's dope. I loved it. You know what I mean? Because I used to do a lot of interesting things. You know, I had dances and stuff like that. You know, I was interactive with the crowd. You know, when I say you say that. Back in them days, I had a lot of crowd participation. You know, I'm big on smoking. I used to throw blunts in the audience and shit.
That's like on a bouquet.
You know,
everybody fights.
Yeah, the promoter used to be like, Wally, you got them smoking up in here and shit.
What do you think about now the dudes that rap? Say like it's a showcase, like how Benny was just here. Shout out to Benny coming through. But when they charge people to perform, what do you think about that?
It's all a business. You know, I hear a lot of people complain about that. Me personally, when I was coming up, there was never no free rides. When I was opening up for the cameras and all that, I did what I had to do. You know, the promoter, they got to get the venue, they got to pay the artist. You know, I mean, it ain't free for them. It shouldn't be free for us. You know, it's like when you hustle, you're not asking to plug for free work. You feel what I'm saying? He got to re-up from someone just like you re up from him. Yeah. So it's all a business. I never had no problem with that. I feel like when people think that it should be like handed out, they're crazy. Because they ain't giving nothing out for free. You know? And that's what you got to do. It's called paying dues. You know, if you're good enough, then whatever you're paying them shouldn't be a problem, because you should be able to reciprocate more. If you're that good, that means... And when they're doing that, because I did it, it's not like they're just like, here, sell these 10 tickets as that. Right. There might be 10 tickets, and then, yo, here's, if you can get these off, here's a couple more for you. You got a chance to make your money. It's on you, you know?
Do you think that's like some of the shit that hold us back in mass, like motherfuckers not wanting to put their foot forward and pay for what they want? You know what I'm saying? When it comes out music, it's like everybody
think it should be a handout.
Right.
Because of the internet and all that stuff. You know, overnight guys and stuff, they like, well, it's crazy, man. You know, that's what you got to do, too. You know, you want a bigger audience than saying, I never really liked when, you know, because a lot of people try to, they don't want to do that. They think it's wrong. But what you're doing there is you're trying to gain new supporters and fans off of the bigger artist name. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you paying ain't nothing, because these are different fans that you wouldn't have at your show. Right. These people are coming from here, there, and a little bit of everywhere to see this one person. Right. Whereas, like, if you're just local, you might got somebody from a city away or what, but they got more. Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to hopefully impress their fans, so now they're a fan of yours. Hopefully, so one day you can be in that position of being the headliner.
Like cross mingling.
Yeah. So I don't know. People got issues with that, but nobody wants to go to a showcase of all local artists and there's like 20 people. I don't want to say for that.
No bullshit.
Because I'll tell you exactly what happens with those shows. You don't get real supportive with that. What you get is, for every person, it's like 1 or 2, maybe 3 of their friends. Right. And guess what? The 1, 2, 3 of their friends, they're there rooting for who they came for. That's and it. Everybody's same pack is like that. And what gets horrible about it, the later on you go on the show, because what ends up happening is once they see their people, they out.
I swear I was just getting ready to say that. You're not the only person that said that. I brought these 5 people. I'm performing. We got other things to do. We out. And now you lost like 1/3 of the crowd.
You ain't seeing nobody by the time if you last, and people always gonna be like, yo, I want to perform last. Mm-hmm. But by the time they last, ain't nobody last in this spot.
Well, what you think about what would you tell the artists that be going out first?
What? That go on?
Yeah.
When they go out, nobody really, their lights still on.
You gotta go through it, man. You can't always get it how you want it. You gotta build your thing up. I went first before, you know what I'm saying? You can't always jump to the head of the line. I want to go here, I want to go there. You gotta go where you gotta go when you gotta go. Whether there's 1, 2, 3 people in there, you never know who that one person could be. The doorman could be somebody secretly, and they want to see what you do in that situation. So you got to show out, man. If you paid to play, you better play hard right now.
And what is something you would tell the youngins coming up to like look out for? Them coming in the game trying to get their foot on the pedal.
You know what? I don't know, because I feel like the young ones right now, they know it all anyways. You feel what I'm talking about? So I want to tell the young ones, I want y'all to just look back at what it came from, because I want to hear some more content from you young guys. I want to hear more than what I'm hearing from the young fellas. I give it up. I see what you're doing. I like how, but I see a lot of monkey see, monkey do. I want to see, how can I say this? I want to see a young head do it like he's an old head.
Okay.
Meaning like put some hip hop into it, put some thought processes. I don't want to hear about guns and killing people and shit like that. Cause that's not rap to me.
Right, we all know that shit too. That's the same old song.
You know what I mean?
And what made you, even though you're kind of older, what made you like when seeing that the drill movement is popping? What made you not do the drill shit to be like, nah, I'm gonna stay in my lane?
Yeah, I've never been the one to follow the leader or nothing like that. I'm not gonna follow suit and do with that. I see a lot of that, Right. Every now, if you're gonna do something like that, do a remix. That's cool. But instead, what you see is someone they come out with a new style, and now there's 10 other people the next day with that same style. Yeah. And it's like, hey, for the people that created that movement, I'm sure it was something more special to them when they created it. It wasn't like, let me just. So sometimes it's an insult.
Right.
If you're gonna do a style and compliment somebody's style, at least do it to its full potential.
Okay, not half step.
Don't half step it. So if you're gonna, because what do they say? It's copying is
flattery.
Yeah. So if you're gonna flatter me, like flatten, pancake, all that. Don't do a silly version of me.
If you're gonna flatter me, flatten me. I like that.
You feel me?
You good? But in that joint, so are you open to doing features with locals from that, Boston, Springfield, Connecticut. Well, not Connecticut, but Connecticut, the surrounding areas.
I'm interested in whatever. Like I said, when I work on my stuff, I like to do my solo things. But you know what? If people want me on something, I just tell them, fly me to open slot. I love it. I love when people want to work with me and stuff like that. It's just my thing. I'm such a perfectionist and want to get things done when I want to get done.
Right.
Even if I wanted to feature somebody on there, I probably wouldn't have the patience to even wait for nothing. Because I like to get it in and get it out.
As we see, 71 mixtapes, you gotta be working.
That's a fact. And I hosted more than 30.
That's crazy. Word. And you said you hosted a couple DVDs and shit.
I've worked with a lot of people on their DVDs, such as Cheddar.
Yeah, shout out Cheddar too. You already know what it is.
He gave me a shot, and he from the Bean himself, right?
Yeah.
Boston native. So I was fortunate to come across a lot of people that gave me an opportunity to rock their venues and stuff, and that's a crazy blessing, right?
That's a blessing. Real shit is not a lot of people are doing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people, like you said, that's selfish. Niggas only think of self. You know what I'm saying? And we can motivate their movement. Your movement got to be able to make their movement better. You know what I'm saying?
It can be both. I think as an artist, you want to focus on yourself, of course, because you want to get your shit ahead. But I think it's a good mixture. You can still work with your fellow man.
Hell yeah. It's always good to show that camaraderie. Just that you can do it. Even that you can sit there and be like a human and rock with somebody. You feel me? I always like that. Nowadays it's more of a, send it over, open verse. Yeah. But back in the days coming up, we was all in the same room with the homies.
No send it.
Yeah, that ain't a good bar. Yo, what's that? All that stuff. You start to miss that after a while. Like
being with being with another human being in the same space.
Yeah, smoking some blunts, niggas. Whatever, man. I love that back in the day coming up. That was what made me, mom's kicking dudes out the crib. Y'all turn that down. We up there. Y'all all passing the blunt. Those were what made us coming together like that.
How was it working with Don Hazel? Shout out RIP.
Hey.
I love Don Hazel. I looked at Don Hazel like he was like an uncle to me or something like that. You feel what I'm talking about? He always showed me love, and working with him was great because I thought he was like a magnificent human. He could do whatever at the drop of the dime. He could do the singing, he do the dancing, and the acting was on a whole nother level. And
it's like a natural.
It wasn't like working with anybody ever with him or even in his presence.
He seemed like he had something very special about him. No bullshit. It seemed like his presence was always big, even before people started bringing him up. Even when you seen him in something, it was some reason he stuck out.
Had what they say, it.
Mm-hmm. The it factor. First thing I ever seen him in as an actor was a show in the Boston area. Is the Curveball. Seen that?
I seen some of it.
That joint is funny. Okay, Cocaine Lollipops. Let's just Cocaine Lollipops.
Early.
That was a good ass show.
And it's Don Hazel and Frosty.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I think he might be in it.
He was in a lot of it.
That other joint, Jonathan Gates.
Oh, Uncle Gates, yeah.
Period.
JG, that's my man.
Yeah. Early, you making the joint. You said you making the joint kind of like horror. How is it making those type of joints?
Like you gotta switch your creative brain?
No, because, I always came up, I'm always real creative, but and back in the day when we was rapping, we was a lot of raw. Like I was saying, when the cameras off, like back in our day, Drake or nothing like that, they wouldn't last in the room with us. Like when we heard something like that, some singing on it, we're like, now get that out of here. You feel me? We was strictly rugged raw and saying some unorthodox shit back then. So when it comes to this, I really enjoy it because I get to use my creative mind. I get to go in. I get to do the killing and all that stuff, but it's not like, I'm doing it as of like my story.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. I get to be graphic and just really paint a picture, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's fun as hell because I get to like do characters, and I'm not sure of a name, but the theme is gonna be like, you know, I was sent to hell, you know. So when I'm starting it off, the devil's gonna be greeting me in hell, and basically he wants me to wreak havoc with him. And like all the songs, he's gonna just be encouraging me more and more to wreak that havoc.
And is that like a hard thing when you on a song playing two characters?
I like doing it because I've always been one to like to switch up my voice and stuff. One of my additions to my catalog to the 71 tapes, I've made a prank CD, so Wally Pranks. You might want to check that out sometimes. I'm sure there's many people on there that I prank call that everyone knows through social media. I mean, just name a couple of names I got. You know Supreme?
Nah.
I got Supreme. Supreme do his thing. Supreme, he's with BMG. I got Supreme on there. Polo the Fur King. I got a lot of people.
That you was just like hitting.
I used to always do voices and just funny things. And back in the day, people used to always be like, yo, I'd always know if it was you, Wally. Mm-hmm. So I put them to the test. None of them knew it was me. And I enjoy that, man. It's fun to me.
You can find that on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. Wally Pranks. All the platforms, everything.
And I said that too, because I was saying you had the comedy joint we was watching with Don Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How do you put these joints together? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Officer Friendly, that was I'm gonna tell you how we just came up with that, like on the spot. Originally that day, I was supposed to meet up and do a video for this is when the Black Lives Matter movement was going on. The time I was coming out on a mixtape called King Cambridge. So I had a song called Riot Squad where I was talking about the whole Black Lives Matter movement. And I was meeting a few people at like kind of like a protest area. It was going on. I was going to do the video. But I was late. I was on Black People Time or whatever they say. And a lot of people left. And they was gone. So the song was a dub. But Dawn was still there. So I said, yo, we're going to still do something. And we just came up with the Officer Friendly.
Right then and there?
Right there. I said, yo, let's in the alley. Probation officer friendly. Let's just, roll the camera. That's it. We did that. We did a couple parts, and then, after that, I was like, let's continue this.
That's wild.
And how many, that first joint when y'all did it, how many takes was that?
It wasn't many. We just kind of, you know what I mean? It really was like kind of natural and shit. Like, Dawn's so good, and like our chemistry was wild, so I'm just like, let's have some fun with this, man.
We watched a little bit of it. Check it out.
Nah, that's on YouTube too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit is definitely fire. Like I told you, you gotta get in tune. To a nigga that got 71 mixtape, you gotta get the fuck in tune. That shit ain't no bullshit. That shit ain't nothing to fuck with. Like, that shit's mad real. That's something that need to be celebrate. Like I told you, that next June, we can do a party here. Let's throw it up. You know what I'm saying? Invite some rappers, invite some producers. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be hard.
Maybe get some bitch here to bounce that ass. You know what I'm saying? You got ass.
Yeah. She got the line right now.
Oh yeah, you already know. Shout out to She
be the one. She like, yo man.
And I spread it your calendar. You already know that.
I'm sure that calendar pages are gonna be spread it out. People are spreading it. Yo, I gotta give it up to you, Sheik, man. You know, body with that.
Word, killing shit.
Bullshit.
So what's next? You said the horror. Do we have a time frame or just talk?
Nah, it's just I just work on it as I go. I want to send you the I'm gonna send you a sneak of what I got so far. I got like 8 joints lined up. I got an intro and like 8 joints on there so far. But I'm gonna work on a lot. I'm just having fun. I'm in my own head, so I'm looking these like scary type beats that'll feel it. They're more. It's undergroundy beats. Dark.
Yeah.
Kind of like Griselda-ish. You know what I mean? That raw. You feel me? Because you know what? I was gonna get this back. I give it up to them, but that style back in the day, heads was on that. Real hip hop heads know that's like a reborn style right there. You see, I heard a lot. I give it up to them and everybody, but that's not. I wouldn't say they created that genre of style because when I was coming up, we was on that type of time.
They just
revised it. Yes. They refurbished it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Refurbished.
And before we get up out of here, I want to ask you, what do you think we can do to bridge some of these gaps, like the bridge Boston, Springfield, the bridge, all that, to just bring mass together as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? If I said that I had a solution, I'll be bullshitting myself and y'all. So I don't know, man. Just real MCs, get it together. Because you know what? The ones that are meant to shine are shining. And they're not having that problem. So I just feel like people need to stop going there with it. Because there's certain areas people always run to. Maybe you had an argument with a white dude and a black guy might turn into some racial shit. It might go there. So it always seems to go to what can we do? Just do better for yourself. Because once you do who you really are, you're gonna get in contact with the right people.
Keep your mind
stay focused.
And your joint being a person I've been in it since 04, 71 fucking mixtape. Don't forget that shit is dead. But what is your end goal? You looking to like sign, start your own independent joint? Like, what is your next move with that, as far as like just hip hop in general?
I never had, I'm always just doing it from here, from the gut, so I never had a vision like that. I just figured like this, the energy of the world's going to take me wherever I need to go. So if it's, if I forbid something happen to me, I'm happy with how I rock, but whatever the world brings me, that's what I'm looking for.
Universe.
Would you take a deal right now?
I don't know. I mean, shit, $1 million in my face or something like that. Shit, I'll be probably lying if I said I wouldn't, because I ain't got $1 million in it.
Early.
You feel me?
So you would definitely reach out for it and see what up.
I want that money, man. Bring it closer to me.
Keeping it real.
Bring it closer.
Wow. Out of all the 71 mixtapes, what's your favorite mixtape?
I couldn't say exactly your favorite, but I'll just say like this. Right there, Brown Water, Cambridge Gucci Man, Bills No Scales, Designer Collection. Those are the top ones of mine. I can't exactly remember the numbers of where they at, but yeah, Bills No Scales mixtape number 49.
They all fit into that.
Yeah. I love that one because that was the first mixtape that I made where it was kind of like all cohesive about one thing. It's a weed mixtape. Feel me? It's all about weed and all that. So when I made that, I was like, okay, stepping up.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
That's crazy. Is that like choosing your favorite child? Like, how can you choose one, even though there's 70?
Right. All dogs. Right. I guess there's some favorites.
That's what made me ask him, because I was wondering, damn, out of 71, you gotta have 4 favorites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even have. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Blizzard. I just walked in the door. You already know what it is. 50 boy in the building.
Just hope I'm
hey yo, the one thing I want to ask you before we wrap this shit up: do you know anybody with 50 mixtapes?
50 mixtapes?
Yeah, that's all.
And I'm talking about one person, all him.
Nah, Wally been doing that shit.
That shit crazy. Come on, man. You gotta give it up for this shit, man.
72 on the way, man.
That shit crazy. Yo, I can't even think of it. May be you because you're a little bit older than me. Can you just think off top, and I'm talking about mass only, somebody that had 20?
Nah.
That shit
because, ain't nobody next to me gonna have 20 mixtapes. They gotta have some albums and some shit. But that creative, to stay that creative, constant, nigga, that's
a word, no bullshit.
That's a feat, my nigga.
And that's what I'm saying. He's another nigga that's in the music, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should definitely reach out, link with each other, you know what I'm saying? But definitely, it's crazy because I really say that shit. Like, me being real, I can't even think of nobody that got 10. Like, and I'm talking 10, this nigga I have 71.
Lil
I can't even think of, that's about it. Like, Weezy's the only nigga you could really say may have a 20 mixtape
right there too.
30 mixtape, you know what I'm saying? Like, but a mass artist,
and a good one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't even think of, even down to niggas that been in this shit for
look
years.
how long he been doing it, and he's still sitting at a podcast talking. So 70 mixtapes keeps a nigga relevant. And you know what I'm saying? That's what it does. You know what I'm saying?
Now I told him that he got a lot of niggas that fuck with him. He's one of the few people that you bring up and niggas speak. Yo, that's good music. He been you know, in his way, grindy. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't been no like
never
that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he tries like everybody. Nah, nigga, do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Real shit. Now we gotta think that, but you already know we gonna get you back up here. We gonna put you on a pod. We definitely gonna have you come up here and just talk your shit. Let you just go in. We gonna pick like 10 topics and we gonna rock out.
I love that.
Wow, we gonna get like 10 topics. Like next 2 weeks, we definitely gonna get you back up here.
Hell yeah, man.
You dig? You already know.
Before we dip, tell us where to find you again.
All social media. You can Google Wally Sparks. I always like to get people to my YouTube page, WallyTube 101, WALLYTUBE101. Subscribe, whole lot of content, music, audio, entertainment, man.
And if y'all can't find it, y'all can go on our page, check channels. He's in there, so then y'all know where to find it. You already know I be telling people, start fucking with niggas' YouTube. Get on everybody's YouTube. That is where it'll be profitable for niggas if you are watching. If you're gonna watch something, do something that help niggas. So everybody go to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to his joint. Subscribe to my joint. 50 album on the way. Be in the building, man. You already know what it is.
And it costs nothing.
It's free. And it costs you nothing. And run that shit up. I told you that brown water, crazy. It's a bunch of shit up there. You got a comedy joint up there. Look, I told you, 71 joints you can't get bought.
Right. So,
nigga, that's like Netflix.
Appreciate y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us. And I
love it. I love it. Thank you guys. I haven't been on podcasts and it's been a while.
Okay.
You know?
Nah, I told you we're gonna have you back. We close to you. You already know. Whenever you got some shit going on, come through, promote that shit. You know what I'm saying? Got the mixtapes right now. Boom, boom. What's good? What y'all got going on this weekend? Hell yeah. Swing through. You know what I'm saying? I be telling niggas that once you come up here, the door's open, man. Fuck with niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, somebody. That's Boston Kraft. I'm Machine Gun Johnny. And this Just Stop Podcast, THISYOURSTOP podcast, just like that, on all social media platforms. Everyone that you see, their link is going to be connected to our video. And
tell your mother to tell her mother.
I just want to tell y'all one more thing. Take a hoe.
I've been saying that be your shit too. What is that about? I meant to ask you that.
That's just it's just well, you know. Big shout out to Cool Jesus. You know, Cool Jesus.
Shout out, brother.
My man.
That's my brother.
So I'm Wally Sparks, the mixtape. But when I was looking up with Cool Jesus and kicking it, he was always calling me Taper. So I thought that was dope. He was the only one who was Taper, you know? So I just started saying, I just added the hoe just for a little enthusiasm after. So Taper hoe.
And you can,
that's that.
And you cannot just let that shit slide by like this nigga they say.
By the way,
Cool Jesus gave him a name. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's one
we
of the
need
top
my brother
dogs.
up here. We need
Jesus up here. That's one of the top dogs from the city. You already know what it is,
we
man.
came from the back
street. Fuck with y'all.